This morning, a surprise gift. A family-owned brewery just got a big donation. We'll tell you what that money will be used for.
Plus, a virtual event today for your family. How your kids can learn more about representation and identity.
We are warming up right now, but our next accumulating snow chance is on the way. We're telling you when.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. February 18th. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. The CDC says the more infectious UK COVID variant could become the dominant strain in the U.S. in a matter of weeks. The agency recently released 2 new reports warning about a rapid rise in cases due to those variants. Another report shows a variant first identified in South Africa coincided with a rapid rise of cases in Zambia. Health officials say the possibility of a similar experience in the U.S. is a real threat. This echoes a message from Wisconsin health officials earlier this week after they announced new variant cases in Milwaukee. Some good news, though. The 2 vaccines approved here in the U.S. do offer protection against the variants. That's according to a study in the New England Journal of Medicine. The Pfizer Bioentex vaccine appears to protect people against some variants. Test samples had variants with less antibody activity, but the virus was still neutralized. In a separate study in the journal, Moderna's vaccine also worked effectively against those variants.
Kroger is making it easier for customers to book COVID vaccinations online. The company says that it's launching a new online scheduling tool. It'll allow customers to book appointments for both their first and second doses. The tool will also let them know if they're eligible. The grocer is administering vaccines now at 1,300 pharmacies. That includes chains like Pick and Save, which is owned by Kroger. An estimated 1 out of 3 U.S. service military members who are eligible to get the vaccine have turned it down. A Pentagon official shared the early estimate with the House Armed Services Committee. That percentage just about mirrors the vaccine acceptance rate of the general population. The Defense Department has now vaccinated more than 900,000 service members.
As healthcare workers, emergency responders, and people 65 and older get vaccinated, one group feels left out of considerations. Veterinarian clinic workers were considered by a state health committee to be part of this current 1B tier, but they didn't make the final cut. Those workers say they've been dealing with a struggling workforce as people adopt more pets than ever.
The community needs us more so than ever. You know, we've got mental health issues, we've got record adoptions, we've got huge numbers of people that are just relying on their pets to get through their day.
Coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 10, Madeline O'Neill tells us how getting your pet seen is becoming more difficult and what vaccine eligibility would mean for pet clinics and emergency hospitals.
Interesting. Overseas, children are being given the Oxford AstraZeneca coronavirus vaccine in a new trial in Britain. They say about 300 kids between the ages of 6 and 17 will participate. Researchers hope to learn if the vaccine produces a strong immune response in kids. While kids tend not to get seriously ill from COVID, researchers believe vaccinating young people could slow the spread.
A lot of children are the ones being asymptomatic, and with the asymptomatic, there's risk of the infection spreading because people don't know that they're currently infected and carrying the virus.
I think uniformly, we all think that the vaccines, the leading vaccine candidates, are safe in the elderly, are safe in adults, and are safe in children.
Also, U.S. health experts are investigating a rare but serious medical condition associated with COVID-19 in children. It's called multisystem inflammatory syndrome. It's not yet known what causes it or who's at risk of developing it.
And let's take a look at Wisconsin's COVID numbers this morning. The state hit a milestone yesterday with more than 1 million doses of the vaccine distributed. 24,000 doses were given yesterday. This comes as 657 new cases of the virus were reported. That's slightly higher than Tuesday. We're also slowly seeing more people get fully vaccinated. Nearly 264,000, or 4.5% of the state, received their second doses. That's more than the number of people who live in the city of Madison. And in Dane County, nearly 7% of the population has now received 2 doses of a COVID vaccine. 6:03 now, some more good news. Chris Reese talking about a warm-up finally.
Yeah, we finally see temperatures almost 20 to 25 degrees warmer than we were at this exact same time headed into yesterday. Madison, 25 degrees warmer to be exact, 22 degrees warmer as you look towards Wausau this morning. Now, here's the overall setup that we have. High pressure's in control for us. That's supplying enough dry air. Meanwhile, a storm system works its way up the Appalachians, and that's leading to more snow snow across parts of the Ohio Valley. Well, we are sandwiched in between the two. We have the clouds. We have flurries out there this morning, but this is all attached to a bigger system still bringing snow, freezing rain, and sleet to parts of Texas all the way into Mexico. But here's what we're watching in southern Wisconsin this morning. It's mainly just flurry activity. You'll notice it as you're out and about. Sometimes you'll be driving, it's just cloudy. Other moments you'll be driving along and you'll notice some of the snowflakes coming down. That's all we're dealing with. Yes, temperatures are still below freezing, so whatever falls sticks, but it's not a big deal at all. We're at 12. Notice the light snow being reported at the airport in Madison. As the winds relax, our wind chills come up too. They're right around 12. Good morning to Juneau. You were at 10 degrees. Good morning, Watertown. Also at 10. A little bit colder across the Giffords region. Good morning to Dells at 2. Good morning to Boscobel, waking up at 5 degrees. I take you throughout the day. Here's how things play out. This is 3 o'clock this afternoon. Temperatures top out into the low 20s. It is going to feel very good. It'll feel a lot warmer than it actually is just because it's been so long since we've been into the 20s. 4 overnight tonight. We're going to stay into the teens as we head into tomorrow. A little bit of a cold front comes through. We keep more cloud cover in Saturday and into Sunday. That's when our next system begins to move our way. We're going to be watching this one as it tries to move in by Sunday afternoon and evening, potentially lingering into Monday. Now, I'll talk about accumulation. It looks like a lighter snow event. It's still truly too early to put numbers on things, but notice southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois and the darker blue shading here. That's where some of that heaviest snow could fall. That being said, we want to be winter weather ready. We're 2 to 3 days out from this, so it's time to think of a game plan. Is there anything you need to grab for possible accumulating snow? So maybe consider going ahead and getting that. But with 2 to 3 days to go, there's still several changes that are certainly possible in the forecast. But nonetheless, that's our next chance for accumulating snow. After that passes, watch out because the snowpack is going to begin to melt. The icicles are just going to be huge by the time you get you towards this time next week. Close to 40 on Tuesday. We might even break 40 on Tuesday if we have enough sunshine. And then we are back into the mid-30s. A wintry mix comes our way Thursday and into Friday before things change over to some snow. Traffic-wise, here's how things are playing out for us. It is all green on the area roadways this morning. Of course, you're going to start to see those slowdowns on East Wash. That's to be expected. No issues throughout Dane County either.
All right. Thanks, Chris. 6:07. When working for change and more inclusivity, it's important to discuss what that actually means.
One local organization has put together an event geared to helping kids explore identity and loving the skin you're in. Taylor Lazenby is live with how you and your family can take part. Hi, Taylor.
Hi guys, good morning. That's right. The journey to loving yourself isn't always an easy one, especially for young girls faced with the pressure from peers, society, and even sometimes your family members. Having a positive body image can be difficult at times. Well, Madison Moms is teaming up with a Dream Bank to show a special screening of Hair Love. Now, this beautiful book shows the journey of a Black father learning how to style his daughter's natural hair while uplifting her in the process. I spoke with Alyssa Sleep. She's the founder of Madison Moms on why this message of embracing your natural self is so important for our youth to understand.
Representation, it matters deeply, especially in a cartoon where cartoons are often the first type of movie or film that kids are going to see. So it really shapes their views of the world. And I also think it's important for both representation, but also for kids to see people who may look different than they do.
So the free Hair Love screening starts today at 3 p.m. for you and your family to have a chance to watch that animated short film based off of the book. It's followed by then a quick Q&A with the director of the film. Now we have a link for that and how you and your family can register on our website at channel3000.com. And coming up, we're going to take a look at how the importance of building a legacy through representation and ways that all ages can understand. For News 3, I'm Taylor Lazenby.
Thanks, Taylor. Great idea. This afternoon, lawmakers are set to question some of the key players involved in the big GameStop trading frenzy from last month. The CEOs of Robinhood and Reddit are both scheduled to appear before Congress. According to CNBC, Reddit's CEO plans to share information that proves that the short squeeze was not caused by foreign agents. The Reddit poster, known as Roaring Kitty, who urged investors to buy the stock, will also make an appearance. 2 hedge fund executives will also testify, One of those investors lost billions after betting GameStop shares would fall.
Google Maps is making it easier to pay for parking or a train ticket. The new feature allows you to bypass meters and ticket machines. All you have to do is connect your Google Maps account with your Google Pay wallet. The new perks can save you time and also allow you to avoid touching public surfaces, a big plus during the pandemic. For parking, the company has partnered with 2 tech providers, Passport and Park Mobile. Both will link Google Maps to street parking meters. For public transportation, Google says the Maps app can connect with more than 80 transit agencies around the world. 6:09 now. Coming up, how bad weather down south might be affecting your banking here in Wisconsin.
And we're seeing what's brewing in the 608 this morning. Coming up, we're live from Gray Brewing Company in Janesville with more on their history over the last 150 years and how the Barstool Fund is helping their family business. We'll be right back.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford, plus a $2,000 money-back guarantee. To see how much you could save, call 1-800-949-9757. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a $2,000 money-back guarantee. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-949-9757.
Habitat Dane County provides long-term stability through affordable home ownership, creating the spaces where learning grows, the places to rest, the spots to gather, the areas to play safely. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
Celebrate a better night's sleep and save during the extended President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress.
Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings add up.
Or save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic mattress sets and get a free $300 Furniture Row gift certificate.
Save $100 on the entire Doctor's Choice lineup
And check out the Summit Firm for only $189.99.
plus 7 years no interest financing and free shipping.
Hurry, the extended President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week is new and updated for 2021. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course menu at a special price for dining in at the restaurant or for takeout that you can enjoy at home. Dining with a choice. Don't miss Restaurant Week 2021, February 22nd through the 27th. Additional support provided by Wisconsin Beef Council and E&J Gallo Winery. For Restaurant Week menus and details, visit madisonmagazine.com.
Pick up the latest issue of Madison Magazine for the dish on Mindful Meals, a local chef's artsy take on food, the year Madison made fair housing history, and a Stoughton bookstore where diversity's the big story. Madison Magazine on newsstands now.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today.
6:13 now. Power outages in Texas are having an impact here in Wisconsin. Dane County credit unions, e-banking and mobile banking services are down because their services are located there. A spokesperson calls the outage unprecedented and says customers aren't able to log into online banking or their mobile app. Dane County Credit Union is expanding call center hours to help out. That's going to be available starting at 7:30 this morning.
As millions of Texans are still suffering in the brutal cold without power, another major winter storm is now moving in. This one stretches from the south into the mid-Atlantic and northeast. Dozens of people have died in the extreme weather so far this week. Deborah Alfarone has the latest.
The misery from the deadly winter storm that slammed Texas and beyond is far from over. Millions remained without power for a third day, some using what little gas they had left to drive and find food.
The last meal we had was 2 nights ago. It's literally 27 degrees inside our house.
The frigid cold has caused so many pipes to burst, the state's governor is asking for help from out-of-state plumbers. More than half the state's counties are experiencing water problems. In bordering Arkansas, stranded cars litter roads. In these trying times, people are stepping in to help and pick up food and prescriptions for neighbors.
It was really meaningful because I've been very scared and isolated and afraid, like I was just going to have to live with the pain for a few more days until I could get to the pharmacy myself.
But others are taking advantage.
Stores selling packs of water at 2 to 3 times the price that the water's typically sold at, or stores taking packs of water and breaking out individual bottles and selling those at an excessive price. Airbnb owners posting houses with power at excessive prices.
As the rolling blackouts continue, there are many questions about whether ERCOT, the utility overseeing Texas's power grid, was ready.
I'm sure as we review this, when it's over, we're going to find things we wish we'd done better.
People along the East Coast rushed to stores for essentials Wednesday, bracing for their round of cold weather and snow. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News.
6:15 now. Mr. Reese is talking about some flurries across the area.
Yeah, Leah, we're seeing some of our own flurries right now as flakes continue to fly across parts of the deep south. Not a big deal, but it's reaching the ground in some spots, and you might notice a little bit of light snow coming down. That's all it is, but do keep in mind, it's cold, so whatever comes down, it's going to stick. So be mindful of any slick spots where a snow shower may have gone over a bridge or something like that. Here's the overall big picture, though. We're still seeing the snow across parts of Texas. We're also still seeing the snow fly throughout the eastern part of the country. Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York City. They are getting in on some snow right now, while we simply have the light snow and flurries. 12 our temperature right now. Winds coming out of the north at 3. That's light enough that we don't have to contend with the term wind chill all that much this morning. 11 in Juneau, good morning. 10 in Watertown, good morning to you guys as well. Also, a shout out to Monroe, waking up at 11 as we look ahead throughout the day. Temperatures warm up to 20 by noon.
20?
I said that with excitement. 20!
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Hey, how's it going?
Shut up.
Is this Sarah?
This is Sarah.
How's it going? We got your email. We got your story about Gray's Brewing. It was kind of a no-brainer for us to reach out and get involved. I think you may be the oldest business we've had. 1856, is that true?
Yep, 1856. This year will be our 165th anniversary. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Is this true?
This is very real. This is very real. So...
Can you imagine? Okay, so some of you might recognize that gentleman. What you just saw was a local brewery in the 608 getting some much-needed help from the Barstool Fund.
Yeah, the Barstool Fund has been accepting donations. A lot of big celebrities have contributed to this fund, including Aaron Rodgers. And they are distributing this money nationwide to businesses that have been struggling. And one of those is in the 608. Josh Sprider is live at Gray Brewing this morning in Janesville with their story. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Such exciting news here, and really cool to be checking out a business of 165 years. They're going to be celebrating that this year. We've got Jake Gray. He runs the business right now with your sister Sarah, and you guys have taken it over from your dad. What is it like being a part of a family-owned business? 165 years, that's a long time.
It's a lot. It's not as glamorous as a lot of people think, but I'm very fortunate to be able to work with them, and a lot of people here are family to us, a lot of our employees, all of them, and it's just it's a very interesting job.
Yeah, there's a lot of history here too. We've kind of got a little bit of a setup. I mean, 165 years, things change over time, right?
Yeah, they do a lot. We've been through wars, we've been through recessions, all economic crises, and it's one of those things that you have so much American history when you're learning of your family history, and it's crazy that we're going through it right now, but we're just trying to stay strong and kind of hold on tight. So
one of the things that you guys kind of thrive with is the packaging. Talk a little bit about the local packaging you have going on here.
Yeah, so we have new packaging now with new artwork. We're really trying to explain to people our history, that we have been around since 1856, and this picture up here is actually of my grandfather when he was a little kid. And we just absolutely love that photo. So we were like, hey, with the packaging, let's try putting the truck on there. And you know, it just kind of keeps his memory alive, and it's cool for us, but we hope it's cool for Janesville. I mean, being around, we're the second oldest business in Janesville behind the Gazette, and you know, we want to just keep on going and really tell our story. And one of the newer things that we have done is on the old photo there, it says Grays with the apostrophe S. We took the apostrophe S out because basically, with being a local brewery and how things are in such a saturated market and everything like that, we're trying to emphasize local, and it's not our family's business. We want it to just be Gray Brewing, and that everyone in town can have a hand on the wheel. You know, we love hearing feedback. We love when someone comes up and they're like, hey, Jake, I just tried the new Blood Orange Radler, and it's killer, you know, and I hope that they feel proud that they're trying something that was made down the road.
I know a lot of people are very excited to have you here in the community. And coming up, guys, we're gonna try some brews. We're gonna have his dad Fred's gonna be in here. We're gonna try one of the I forget the knucklehead one that we're gonna be trying here. Busted Knuckle here, coming up here at 6:45, guys.
All right, good stuff. Thanks, Josh. Hey, remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out to him on social media or email in the 608 at WISCTV.com.
6:21 now, still ahead for us on this Thursday morning. Cool way to express yourself, at least according to Gen Zers.
And coming up in our next half hour, new resources for rent assistance, the help you can get to get caught up on your payments. That's available now. Stay with us.
Cobison Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobison, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobison.com to apply.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all means that you call Gruber Law Offices and your case is handled. You don't have to worry about anything anymore.
As soon as you make that call, you're going to have somebody on your side.
They're going to give you all the information that you need to know. They're going to make sure that you're feeling secure about everything in the process.
It's a phrase we'll never forget.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Are you sick of the areas of your home being cold in the winter or hot in the summer? Your house is a complete system of components that need to work together, similar to the human body. Just like us, your home needs to breathe too. If we're letting our home breathe fresh air, we'll be healthier and regulate our temperature better. Wouldn't it be great if we could show you all the areas needing improvement in just minutes without tearing the house apart? That is what our thermal imaging does for you. It will show the temperature differences and areas of air exchange. Then you'll know what areas need to be improved. Just like going to the doctor, except these doctors do house calls. This will also help in preventing the entrance of harmful pollutants inside your house. You can now easily bring down the energy bills and have a durable and safe home environment with Fry Construction. Visit fryconstruction.com to schedule your free professional house call with a thermal imaging and insulation specialist.
You thought you were the only ones who'd go someplace just because you liked the name of the town. The only ones who didn't just want to see the world, but needed to explore every corner of it. You thought you were the only ones until you discovered others just like you. Jeep Cherokee, there's only one.
Right now, get 0% financing for 84 months or $4,750 total cash allowance on select 2021 Jeep Cherokee models. Hurry to the Jeep President's Day event today.
Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week is new and updated for 2021. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course menu at a special price for dining in at the restaurant or for takeout that you can enjoy at home. Dining with a choice. Don't miss Restaurant Week 2021, February 22nd through the 27th. Brought to you by the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, helping veterans, elderly, and disabled neighbors in need. For Restaurant Week menus and details, visit MadisonMagazine.com.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
After we backed that bus out of its stall and started driving, I just loved it. We really get a chance to get to know each other. Almost everyone has a different story about how they came to bus driving, so you really end up feeling like you're part of a family.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
624. Millennials are apparently no longer in charge of what's cool. Big trends are now being decided by Gen Z. So the big focus is on what's out, like the laughing crying emoji. A lot of folks born after 1996 think it's uncool, so they've stopped using it. Instead, they're using a skull, as in, I'm dying of laughter.
Oh.
I'm dead, deceased. You might see that out there. A set of recent videos and comments on TikTok focused on what Generation Z doesn't like that millennials do like. Other items on that list included skinny jeans, hair parted on the side, and some others. I'm happy to see skinny jeans go. Those are just uncomfortable.
Stop. What are we supposed to wear, Chris?
Get my baggy jeans, my boot cuts.
Please, I've seen your jeans. I've seen what you wear. You're not wearing any boot cut jeans.
My old, I'll pull them out of storage, out of the closet.
It's like I turned 30 and everything I do suddenly becomes uncool.
Yeah, that's how it goes, Leah.
God, that's rough.
You know, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use all the cool stuff that the Gen Z think is cool, and then that's not going to be cool anymore. And then they're going to have to find something else.
Sure. Chris Stanford, you go ahead and do that. Mr. Reese, you have a forecast?
He's cool.
That's pretty
Chris
cool.
is cool. Yeah, at least a brief one right now. We're starting out at 12 this morning, which is mild for this time of the year. We're going to warm up, though, towards the low 20s. So by the time we get you towards 12 o'clock, temperatures will be right around 20 degrees. It'll be nice. In the meantime, I'm going to go on TikTok and use my skull emojis.
You're so cool, Chris.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Eat, play, golf safely at Bioentex Golfland. Surfaces in the grill and bar, the heated outdoor golf suites, and indoor miniature golf course are treated with Biodome for long-lasting surface protection, and face masks are worn by staff. Make reservations for the Bioentex Golfland golf suites and indoor miniature golf at Bioentex.com.
Life has changed over the past year, but what hasn't changed is Meineke continuing to make your safety our #1 priority. Make an appointment now and save $10 on all oil change packages. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help keep you safe on the road.
McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo should probably be called McGann Furniture and Flooring because we're the area's oldest and most experienced floor covering store. Our friendly staff will explain the many types of flooring available, answer questions, and make suggestions so you can choose what's best for your home and lifestyle. We always offer free in-home measurements and estimates and use the finest installers in the entire area. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in today and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
Winning Motor Trend Truck of the Year 3 times in a row, that had never been done before. Then again, neither had a 12-inch touchscreen or 1,000 pound-feet of torque, or being the only pickup on Car and Driver's 10 best list. Never been done before. It's just kind of our thing.
During the Ram President's Day event, get 0% financing for 72 months, plus $3,750 total bonus cash on the 2021 Ram 1500.
President's Day means more savings at the Brothers Maine President's Day Super Sale. Get in right now for the sale of the season with more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. We've got a lot more satisfaction for you at Maine, like up to 18 months 0% financing and free delivery to make life a little easier. Hey, there's more home satisfaction at the Moore store. The President's Day Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more satisfaction today at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week is new and updated for 2021. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course menu at a special price for dining in at the restaurant or for takeout that you can enjoy at home. Dining with a choice. Don't miss Restaurant Week 2021, February 22nd through the 27th. Additional support provided by Wisconsin Beef Council and E&J Gallo Winery. For Restaurant Week menus and details, visit MadisonMagazine.com. Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2021. Nominate your favorites online for the Best of Madison, including Two Men in a Truck, Best Movers, Madison Area Movers Who Care. Nominate Two Men in a Truck today at madisonmagazine.com.
The indoor miniature golf course at Bioentex Golfland is a safe, fun putting experience. Face masks are worn by staff. Biodome for surface protection is applied to putting and play areas. Visit Bioentex.com for a tee time or just stop in to play indoor miniature golf at Bioentex Golfland.
This morning, homegrown variants, what researchers know about new mutations of the virus that have originated in the U.S.
The roaring 20s. Temperatures are increasing today. We're also watching that next chance for accumulating snow in the first warn forecast.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchine. We've been talking about the different COVID strains like the ones from the UK, South Africa, Brazil. Now, early research shows the U.S. could be spreading mutations of our own. 7 of them, to be exact. A team of researchers is naming them after birds like Robin 1 and 2, Bluebird, Yellowhammer, Mockingbird. The Robin 1 strain is concentrated in the Midwest. Our Milwaukee affiliate reports it carries a type of mutation we've seen spreading for months, including here in Wisconsin. Researchers still don't know whether the U.S. variants are more contagious. Experts are also still doing research to learn more about how vaccines work against the variants. In the meantime, Dr. Fauci has said getting vaccinated and having some sort of protection is better than none at all. He says viruses can't mutate if they don't replicate. For the most comprehensive protection, Fauci says we need to vaccinate as many people as quickly as possible and follow public health measures like masking and social distancing.
A milestone in Wisconsin's vaccination effort. Healthcare providers have now administered more than 1 million doses. We're slowly starting to see more people get fully vaccinated as well. About 4.5% of the state has gotten both doses. That's about 264,000 people, a little more than the population of Madison. Dane County vaccinating a larger proportion of its residents than the state now. Nearly 7% of the population is fully protected. Newly reported cases staying below the 7-day average as well. Yesterday's 657 new cases, though, is slightly higher than Tuesday's case total.
A beloved Madison dance studio is asking for your help, not just to save it from going under, but to save lives. Clyde Mayberry owns The House Inc. It's a dance studio tailored toward black and brown kids. Because of the pandemic, Mayberry's studio has been closed since March. Since then, he's faced an eviction threat and lost half of his students because of their family's financial hardships. Community fundraising has helped him evade eviction, but now he needs another $50,000 to stay open for his students who rely on the studio for a safe place to go.
We had a kid that was suffering from harming herself. Because we're like a physical program and, you know, they have to like wear practice clothing, we noticed it. And so we were able to like wrap our hands around her and just remind her like how beautiful she was and that she was important.
Now, Mayberry says the lease is up in June. He's hopeful, though, he can raise the money needed to keep the studio alive and create scholarships for kids who want to join. We have the links to those fundraisers. They're up right now on channel3000.com. Now, whether you choose to wear your hair short, curly, or wavy, loving your hair is an important concept for women to understand. Taylor Lazenby is live with efforts from one local organization trying to showcase the beauty of natural hair. Good morning, Taylor.
Good morning, Leah. Jill Scott once said, hair is jewelry. It's an accessory that needs to be worn, and that's just one of the positive images behind the award-winning short film Hair Love. Now, to celebrate Black History Month, you and your family are invited to a screening and conversation with Matthew A. Cherry. He's the creator of the short film, hosted by Dream Bank and Madison Mom. Now, I spoke with Alyssa Sleep. She is the founder of Madison Moms, and she shared with me how this book helped her deal with her own daughter's hair insecurity and finding a love for her natural curls.
I think she was 5 years old and she told me she didn't like her hair, and it just broke my heart. But now she's learned to embrace it and she loves it. And so when people compliment her now, she just says thank you instead of like.
Well, after the viewing of this heartwarming 7-minute film, it will be followed with a discussion with Cherry about his journey from the NFL wide receiver to writing, directing, and producing Hair Love. Then they'll follow up with a power of representation and how the Hair Love legacy will hopefully continue. Now, I have this book as a mom myself. My son and I have read this book, really cute. So it's definitely a good activity for you and your family to enjoy if you're lounging around this afternoon. And to get more information on how you can sign up, we have a link to that registration site on our website at channel3000.com.
Just love this story. Taylor Lazenby reporting for us. Thank you, Taylor.
Well, here's a wild story. A 5-year-old boy from West Bend back home this morning. It's all thanks to a thoughtful snowplow driver who found him wandering. David Gerke was driving on his route at 4 o'clock in the morning recently when he saw something by his wing blade.
I realized that was not a dog or a deer. That was a small little boy dressed in a pair of just a zip-up of onesie pajamas. But that light on the side of my truck illuminated him at 4 a.m. and it's like, what is he doing out here?
Gerke saw 5-year-old Maddox Pierce wandering alone, no hat, no shoes, no jacket. Gerke turned around, picked him up, gave him his own jacket to keep him warm while he called the police. Officers picked Maddox up and drove him home. He told officers he was scared, thought he was home alone, so he left to go to his grandpa's. Maddox and Gerke got a chance to meet up again so the boy could personally thank him. Check it out.
Are you gonna do that again, Maddox? No.
I'm so worried about you.
Isn't that sweet?
Heartwarming.
Oh, I love it. So despite the cold, Maddox is doing just fine. His 14-year-old aunt was actually home at the time that he walked out. She was babysitting while his mom was at work. No one is being charged. That's fantastic. 6:35. And we are seeing temperatures start to warm up a bit, and warmer air is on the way, Chris Reese.
Yeah, so take a look at this map and soak it in because we've had historic snow cover throughout most of the country. And as we go through today, we're starting to see some melting. But I want to take a moment and point out eastern Texas and northern Louisiana. This is where the snow depth is 12 to 15 inches, and in some cases 15 to 18 inches. So northern Louisiana and eastern Texas has some of the same snow depth as parts of southern Wisconsin, and in some cases a deeper snow depth than parts of southern Wisconsin. In the Dells, you only have a 9 to 12 inch snow depth. So wow, what a pattern we've been in. But here's our snow depth right now. Lots of us are in that 18 to 24 inch range as well, and we may be adding to it before all is said and done and we start to melt things down. Now, we do have the flurries out there today. While, yes, it's below freezing and any flurry sticks, this is not what I'm talking about in terms of adding to it. There's another snow chance that we're going to fine-tune. For now, we're watching this system begin to move away. High pressure is still in control for us. That's what's keeping us relatively dry. But it's the weekend that I'm focused on. Once we get into Sunday afternoon and into Monday, this next storm system is the one that has the potential to put more snow on the ground, especially right now throughout southern parts of Wisconsin, northern Illinois, and eastern Iowa. It's still truly too early to really talk numbers, but it does look like we could be talking 1 to 3, 2 to 4 inches of snow. But right now, because it's 2 to 3 days away, there's still so much that can change. But this is now the window that you might want to start thinking, okay, do I need anything before our next accumulating snow comes? We've had so many, maybe you're out of some of the supplies. So this is how we're taking it. Have the game plan ready should that next snow chance come our way. But after we get through that, watch this, 39 by the time we get you towards Tuesday. Yeah, some of those areas will likely make it into the 40s, especially with enough sunshine. We'll watch another system come our way by the end of the week. That one likely has freezing rain, sleet, and snow with it before going over to snow as temperatures drop into next weekend. Let's talk traffic for just a moment. Things are all good for us, but we are starting to see, as expected, more and more of those brake lights on East Wash, especially as you head towards Capitol Square. We're also seeing some brake lights show up on Park Street as well. No major issues throughout Dane County. The hope is that we keep it smooth sailing.
Chris Reese keeping an eye on all of it for us this morning. Thank you, sir. 6:38 now. A new study out overnight shows life expectancy in the U.S. dropped a full year in the first half of 2020. For black folks, it's nearly 3. The gap in life expectancies between black and white folks had been shrinking in recent years, but a lot of that is reversed in the latest data from the CDC. The life expectancy for the general population now down to 77.8 years, similar to what it was back in 2006. Researchers say the pandemic has driven a lot of this decline.
UW Credit Union investing $1 million to help remove barriers to economic mobility for people of color in Dane County. It's a partnership with United Way of Dane County. According to the United Way, 4 times more African American adults in the county are unemployed compared to white residents. In a release, the credit union says it hopes that they will improve the financial well-being of Black, Indigenous, and people of color in our community. The credit union is investing another $500,000 for the same mission in Milwaukee County. Dane County residents struggling to pay rent. Listen up. You can now apply for an assistance program. The Dane County Core Program is a partnership between the county, City of Madison, and the Tenant Resource Center. They're going to distribute $15 million in new federal money, and it's all for renters hurting right now. It can cover up to a year's worth of past due rent starting from last March. County Executive Joe Parisi says there is no catch.
This is a grant. This is not a loan. So folks, if you need help, if you're behind in your rent, please apply for this. We want to help as many people as we can.
To apply for the program, we have a link up right now at channel3000.com. 6:40 on the nose. We're starting off a bit warmer this morning than we have been, and there are still some big changes in the forecast to get to. Chris Reese will track those out when we come back.
And we're seeing what's brewing in the 608 this morning. Coming up, we're live from Gray Brewing Company in Janesville with how they're using help from the Barstool Fund, and we're also going to give this a little taste, of course. Stay with us. We'll be right back. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
It's your last chance for the biggest President's Day sale in Wisconsin at Ashley Home Store. Get our very best deals of the season, including doorbusters up to 50% off. Plus, take bonus holiday discounts off our sale prices and interest-free financing for 5 years. Ashley Home Store.
Medical bills. Missed time at work. Life-changing injuries. Household expenses. When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. But we've dedicated our personal injury law firm to help take this crippling burden off your back. Habish, Habish & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Don't let uneven surfaces slow down your shoveling next winter. Let Concrete Lifting Technologies raise up your uneven pavement. Our minimally intrusive procedure uses polyurethane to level sunken concrete and provide a level surface. Why replace your concrete when you can lift it? For a free quote, call Concrete Lifting Technologies today.
This is one of the biggest furniture events of the year, the President's Sale at Slumberland. Come on. Slumberland Furniture has the best prices around on all sorts of furniture. And right now at our President's Sale, everything is an additional 25% off our already low price.
This is totally you.
Oh. Yeah, this is the winner.
Well, hello, Slumberland.
Get your look for less at the huge President's Sale at Slumberland.
There's nothing like the smoking good taste of award-winning beef butter barbecue. Melt in your mouth Texas smoked brisket right here in Madison. Order for delivery or takeout and see the world's first 20-foot takeout conveyor, delivering barbecue right to your car window. You can also get touchless catering and packaged meals for business or special events. Now through February 28th, go online and nominate Beef Butter Barbecue for the Best of Madison 2021. Best barbecue, best curbside pickup. Visit beefbutterbbq.com today.
Wisconsin's biggest President's Day appliance sale ends Tuesday at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Get guaranteed delivery in 5 days or less on in-stock appliances and no interest financing for 18 months at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
They faithfully serve the healthcare needs of our precious pets, but local veterinarians are struggling.
We've got this high increased demand of caseload as well as a struggling workforce.
How COVID is creating a veterinary care crisis. Tonight on News 3 Now at 10. Waking up to stuff like this should never be a surprise. Download the Channel 3000 First Warn app and be ready for whatever Mother Nature throws our way.
Welcome back. A local brewery in the 608 recently received some help from the Barstool Fund.
Yeah, you may have heard of this fund. They're like a sports media company, and they've been asking for donations, and some big celebrities have stepped up, like Aaron Rodgers, and they distribute that money to local businesses who've applied. And we have one in the 608. Josh Breiter is there this morning. Gray's Brewing in Janesville just received a big donation that came just at the right time, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, Gray Brewing Company, they're excited about this because it was a hard year for a lot of people and they were hit hard by the pandemic. We have got Fred Gray with us. Now, Fred, your kids actually run it, Sarah and Jake.
Yes.
You're the 5th generation owner. They're the 6th. This company has been along in the family for a long time.
It sure has, and we really don't like to think of ourselves as owners. My dad would always say, and I agree with him, that we're just caretakers for the next generation. So, you know, and everybody's had good times and everybody's had tough times, and you kind of do the ebb and flow with the entire market and the economy or whatever life throws you.
You bet. So you've got the whole setup for us. Talk about what we got on the tray here.
So this is kind of what we're doing today. We started with hops and barley. We created a mash, and this is a sample of our mash, and our mash is then converted into a wort, which is a sweet liquor. You guys tried that earlier. It becomes the fermentable sugars. Then this is a sample out of a tank of the beer during the maturation process, and then finally we have our final good. And our final good is what we enjoy the most.
The Busted Knuckle.
Yes, the Busted Knuckle. And the nice thing about this beer is one of our oldest, is one of our favorites, and I'll be honest with you, it goes great in the morning. We like to have a beer with a nice frothy edges, poured a little earlier.
Cheers.
But cheers. Hey, and I
want to try here.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys.
That's excellent.
Isn't that good?
That's like a breakfast beer, I think, right there.
Hey, we're in Wisconsin. It's never too early for beer.
It was funny, you know, we've been eating a lot with these segments, so I'm like, you know, I'm kind of thirsty. We got to find a brewing company to go to, and here we go.
And we greatly appreciate it. We're really excited about what the future holds. As a dad, I'm super proud of the kids. They've really stepped it up. You know, I had a little adversity. We had a fire when I started taking over the business. We got through that, and now we got through this. And I'll be honest with you, these are much more challenging times than they were, and the kids have really stepped up. And you know, they had a whole new dynamic and a fresh breath to the place.
So 165 years that your family has been in the community. Yep. How important is that community support and being local?
It's unbelievable. We try to give back to Janesville as much as possible. My daughter and son are very involved with the downtown rebuilding effort. I think Janesville is a great community, and there's a ton of opportunity. There's a ton of excitement in the town, and I think as we grow out of this pandemic, and it looks like we will, you know, when the weather breaks, it'll start to grow more and more, and then we can get back to business as the new usual, because I don't think we're going to go back to the way it was. But we're really excited about what we have available to us.
All right. Well, Fred, thank you so much. Sarah and Jake, all of you guys for bringing us in, and for the beer. Cheers again.
Thank you.
We're also going to cheer Mr. Photographer Mark Schilling, because he deserves this too, guys. We've been eating so much, we needed a little drink.
A little beer connoisseur on our hands here. Josh, how's it taste at 6:45 in the morning?
Hey, you know, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? It doesn't matter if it's in the morning or the evening. So here we go.
Clever.
Not even Friday yet.
There you go. Thanks, Josh. Hey, make sure to tell.
Thirsty Thursday.
True.
He's got it.
Yep.
Thanks, Josh. All right, Chris, take it away.
All right, we're tracking a couple of snow showers and flurries out there this morning. That's all it is. It's not a big deal at all, but don't be surprised if you do run into a couple of flakes out there. This is all a part of a bigger system still sending heavy snow to the eastern seaboard, but also snow's flying all the way back into the state of Texas. Here's how it looks outside right now. The sun is up. We're seeing the cloud cover, the temperature at 12, so bundle up as you head out the door. But the roaring 20s. We're warming up into the 20s today, and we could be into the dirty 30s as snow begins to melt and things turn sloppy by next week.
Dirty 30s. Good stuff. Thanks, Chris. 6:48. Stick around. The morning spread's coming up after the break.
But first, it's February 18th. We're going to say happy birthday to this cutie, Easton, Joey, and all the kids turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with us here on News 3 Now this morning.
Look Broncos 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
It's the A1 Furniture and Mattress Instant Cashback event. Save up to 40% off store-wide. Plus, get $50 instant cash back on every $500 you spend. Take advantage of 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online. Only at A1 Furniture.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider. They do? Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals. Wow, really? Really. Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
Gobin Cars is breaking into spring with huge savings. You can get a 2016 or 17 Dodge Grand Caravan starting at $10,995 or $175 per month.
That's right. You can buy a 2016 or 17 Dodge Grand Caravan at only $10,995 or $175 per month.
Don't miss out on these huge spring deals with over 500 vehicles in stock.
So just hurry in today and ask for my sister, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
Or my brother, Dealing Donovan Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week is new and updated for 2021. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course menu at a special price for dining in at the restaurant or for takeout that you can enjoy at home. Dining with a choice. Don't miss Restaurant Week 2021, February 22nd through the 27th. Additional support provided by Wisconsin Beef Council and E&J Gallo Winery. For Restaurant Week menus and details, visit MadisonMagazine.com.
Get instant cash back on every mattress purchase over $500 only at A1 Furniture. Save up to 40% off top name brand mattresses. Plus, get instant cash back and 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online now at A1 Furniture.
Clean your cars, clothes, and canines at the Magic Wash.
Welcome back. 6:51, time for the morning sprint.
The investigation into a deadly plane crash continues today. Federal investigators will be at the scene of the Rock County crash for the next day or so. Rock County Sheriff's Department says the FAA will be there. The plane went down Tuesday, crashing into the woods about a mile south of the Southern Wisconsin Regional Airport. 2 people on board died. Their names have yet to be released.
Developing right now, Australians are no longer able to view or share news on Facebook. Facebook says it's because of proposed laws in the country to make companies pay for journalism on their platforms. Australian publishers can continue to post content on Facebook, but Australian audiences can't view or share the pieces. The government says the decision has also blocked some government communications, including messages about emergency services.
Congressional Democrats and the White House are expected to unveil an immigration overhaul bill today. CBS News has obtained a 66-page summary of the legislation. It looks to reshape U.S. immigration laws and allow millions of immigrants living in the country without authorization to get legal status.
Conservative radio talk show host Rush Limbaugh has died following a battle with lung cancer. He announced his diagnosis to his listeners last February. Then a day later, former President Trump awarded him the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Limbaugh was known for his controversial comments over his lifetime in radio and was routinely accused of bigotry, sexism, and racism. He was 70 years old.
Assembly Speaker Robin Vos wants to honor Limbaugh here in Wisconsin. He says he sent a letter to Governor Evers requesting flags fly at half staff in his memory. Vos says Limbaugh was a pioneer in talk radio, and lowering the flags would be a great show of respect and bipartisanship. The governor has not publicly responded. A white candidate for the state's top election official is apologizing for a tweet that she posted on the day of the primary. Deborah Kerr tweeted at 5:40 p.m. Tuesday that she'd been called a racial slur for black people when she was 16 because her lips were bigger than most. She has deleted her account and says she didn't intend for her post to be interpreted as racist. Kerr received the second most amount of votes in the state superintendent race.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says President Biden and VP Harris do not believe vaccinating teachers is a prerequisite for students to get back into the classroom. The administration has been unclear on school reopening guidance. During a CNN town hall in Milwaukee on Tuesday, the president said teachers and support staff should be moved up in priority, but he didn't say whether teachers should be required to get those vaccines before returning.
1 million additional counterfeit masks have been found in a federal investigation. Agents found the latest batch in a Western Maryland warehouse. The pallets would have gone to people responding to the COVID crisis. N95 maker 3M says it's filed legal actions over fake masks in more than 20 states, but investigators have not said which states were involved. A New York lawmaker says Governor Andrew Cuomo has threatened him. Democratic Assemblyman Ron Kemp alleges Cuomo called him last week and threatened to, quote, destroy his career if he didn't deny allegations from the nursing home scandal. A top aide had told lawmakers the Cuomo administration delayed sharing COVID death numbers of nursing home residents because it feared a potential federal investigation. Cuomo's aide denies the allegation.
A nearly 300 million-mile journey comes to an end today. NASA's Perseverance rover will land on Mars this afternoon. Once it safely touches down, it will explore the planet from the ground and the air with the first-ever helicopter drone deployed on another planet. Nearly 10 years of work has gone into developing the Explorer. It's scheduled to land just before 3 this afternoon.
The National Weather Service is warning of another major winter storm headed for the southeast. Texas is still grappling with massive power outages and frigid temperatures this morning from the storms earlier in the week. The state's power grid operator says more than 2 million homes were without power yesterday. The agency says it hopes at some point today that customers will face controlled outages that will last no longer than an hour at a time.
Take a look at this brand new video. This is lava exploding out of Mount Aetna, Europe's most active volcano. It's had spurts of activity over the last few weeks. The camera team recording this had to constantly move to avoid getting hit with ash. The last major eruption was nearly 3 decades ago.
And temperatures are certainly taking off around here. We are 25 degrees warmer than we were at this exact time yesterday. Beautiful sight out there. 12 our temperature. We are cloudy with occasional flurries around. Keep that in mind. Good morning to Janesville at 10. Good morning to Monroe at 11. As you plan your day, look for the clouds sticking around. Temperatures warm up towards 21. We'll see a chance for snow on Sunday and upper 30s. Returning by the time we get you towards Tuesday, we could be very close to that 40-degree mark. Either way, it's going to feel warm. We called today the roaring 20s, so it could be the dirty 30s by the time we get you towards next week as things begin to melt and we enter into a slop season.
Mr. Reese, thank you for that. Have a great day, folks. Enjoy your sunrise. We'll be back here tomorrow morning.